you. I mean, Once Upon a River is your directorial debut. I mean, how amazing is that and exciting for
Oh, thank you.
finally everyone to watch the film.
It's such a funny experience doing it when it's at like drive-ins and virtually, but I just hope people see it, like at the end of the day, you just want people to see it, however. So I'm excited. I'm glad it's finally coming out.
But you did have a chance to take it out to film festivals, right?
We did, thank God. That was amazing. There were like 40 total, and
Wow.
I'm really happy that people got some love, like different actors awards and things like that. It was cool. So that was more special than ever. I really do feel bad for the people who didn't even get to have that this year.
Indeed. And I mean, if not mistaken, the film won 17 awards.
Oh, we're up to 19, which is wild. Yeah.
19 now. That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're really happy. I hope it all adds up to more people seeing it, of course.
So what was your experience for the first time, watching the film at these film festivals with an audience and then coming out and, seeing
Well, it's
how
pretty
they,
emotional. I feel like, especially on the big screen and with the people involved, like all the cast and crew, it was always really emotional, and I loved it actually. It was very cool. I felt even we were able to take it to some cities in Europe, and that was kind of amazing because I
wow.
felt like how cool that people can relate to this very specific American story, but it was, pretty amazing. So I'm happy.
Now this is based on a novel. What was it about the novel that was like, this should be on screen?
Oh, well, it's about this young woman who's such a little badass, and like I hadn't seen anyone like that before, and I thought we should have more characters like that we see on screen. It's this young woman on a journey and trying to make her way, and I just sort of fell in love with how she's able to do all of these things and be really independent.
Hmm. And then for the leading gal, I mean, you have Kenadi DelaCarna.
Yeah, close. Her name's amazing. It's confusing too. It's
Okay.
Kenadi DelaCerna.
DelaCerna. Okay, thank you so much for the correction. I was looking her up and I haven't, is this like one of her first films?
It's her first film. Yeah,
Oh,
which is
how did you
bananas.
find her and why her as a director?
Well, so she, let's see, her tape came in, and it was like 2 days before we would have had to stop production. It was so crazy. She sent in a tape. She found the casting notice off of backstage.com, and I had seen so many girls and so many women, and just all these, like, we even had this amazing casting director who works with a ton of talented people send us stuff, and none of them felt quite right. And
Hmm.
then her tape came in, and she just had this way about her that felt right. And then I flew to New York to do some lens tests with my director of photography, who's Charlotte Hornsby. And so Charlotte and Kennedy are both based in New York, and I was like, I need to go test this out and see if this girl can really like have the chemistry and read with other actors and do all this stuff. And so we did that kind of double objective of testing out lenses as well as her acting, and she was just amazing. We had like candles on the floor of an office for like a campfire, and you believed it. It was unbelievable. She was so cool.
Well, you mentioned that you were attracted to the novel because about this young girl that's a badass, and then you find a first time actress as a badass. I mean, that's unbelievable. Good
So,
discovery.
yeah, I know. I feel like she's gonna have a great career. I'm very excited for her.
That's great. So tell me about the unexpected challenges you had. I mean, like first time as a director, but you did write the screenplay.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was challenging, really. How do you tell, this story in this way on such a limited budget, and finding the right people, and each choice matters a whole lot. So I would say it was challenging from top to bottom, but so worth it, like it feels like the journey of making the film was probably very similar to the journey she goes on, in a sense. A lot of us, it was our first feature together, and I think it made it all the more special, even though it was so hard.
Hmm. And there was a scene, more on the sensitive topic, when it comes to, a clinic involved in the scene, and then, the intention of having an abortion type of, and then you have like these people like protesting. I mean, any scenes like that in any film or, series, I mean, it's a little bit tense.
Yeah.
How was it filming those scenes?
It felt so intense. It really almost felt like meta real. So in a way it was helpful for things to be that intense, I think, because it's a trigger. Like everybody's already in a heightened state of sensitivity, and it just makes it feel more real for sure.
Mhm. And tell us about the locations of filming, and I mean, it seems so perfect based on, the story, not to mention the river.
Thanks so much for noticing. These are all such awesome questions. I feel like because I grew up outside of Chicago and I know this area very well, I just had to find the specific area that made sense. And there's this place called the Chain of Lakes State Park, about an hour north of Chicago, right at the Wisconsin border. Initially, I was looking in Michigan because that's where it's based in the book, but
Mhm.
for various reasons, it made a lot more sense to be a little closer to Chicago, and also like the tax incentive and just a lot of things. We just knew it better and could have our base a little bit closer. And it worked out well because we had lakes and rivers and woods to choose from. And it was this time of year, which was really sketchy because you never know what you're going to get. Like the day before, it could be raining. So we would have to be very flexible sometimes about like what we would shoot that day.
Mhm.
And like the scene, there's this love scene, as you know, that's very like revealing and vulnerable, and that was like the coldest day of the year, and we just had to have like these heat lamps out. I felt so bad, but that was the only day we could do it.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Well, you having a great cast to not complain and just get the job done.
Oh yeah, they're all like the best. I really like just every single person. I was very lucky, and yeah.
That's great. So you're also an actress. You're a singer, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can act if it's like playing a musician or some version of me. I can't like become someone else. I think what actors
Okay.
do is like a gift. It's such a magical thing, like
Hmm.
the way people transform into another creature, another person is like, I don't know, it's like the last semblance of magic on the planet or something. It's so cool. I don't think I could ever do that, but I love it and have such a respect for it. So I've seen it happen. Like I got really emotional on set with these people because they were really like becoming these characters, and it was awesome.
Okay. Well, thank you for the correction. Um,
Oh, that was
when
cool.
it comes to, but you're a musician.
Yeah,
You toured all over the world. Um, there at the end of the film, there is a song of yours.
yeah.
Tell me how the song came about, why that song, how it got incorporated in there, and maybe it wasn't in the middle of the film.
I felt like the whole time she's sort of like finding her way in a man's world, and towards the end she sort of finds her own voice and knows how to speak up more, and like knows what she wants, and it felt better to have this like a female voice. And I showed the scene that the last shot of the film was actually the first thing we shot, which was so cool and
Oh.
strange and interesting, knowing exactly what the ending would be. It was the beginning that was trickier to find, but that's a whole other conversation. But at the end, I remember showing that segment to my friend who co-wrote the song with me, to Peter Bradley Adams and Zach Ray, who's also the composer, and they sort of started the melody, and then we all got together in Nashville and figured out like what would the words be, and it was a really special experience writing that song with them and singing it, and what it says. And I loved working with all these musicians because they all felt like impacted by the story also.
I actually hit Shazam when the song played. I was like, "Oh, I like this song. It's so perfect." And then I look it up, and then it's you.
Oh, it's coming out Friday. Yay.
Yeah, and it says Rachel's song though as the title of the song.
Yeah, so her daughter, so Margot's daughter is named Rachel. Bonnie Jo's books are amazing. She wrote Once Upon a River years after she wrote the story about Rachel. So Margo, the mother, is discussed as part of Q Road, this book that she wrote a long time ago. It's kind of cool, actually. I'm like, maybe we should make that next. I don't know.
Hey, that's an idea. But yeah, I was kind of thrown off of like, where is it Rachel's song if it's about Margo? But
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah, totally.
Interrupt also. We just have time for one last question.
Yes. So to finalize, are there any other projects and what we might be seeing you in, maybe in music?
Yeah, thanks for asking. I think I'm scouting for a new project that's set in Tennessee, and in theory we were supposed to be making that now, but I think it got pushed to the spring. This year's been very interesting, as you know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's exciting. You have something in the works.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and by the way, I do have a record coming out mid-October. It's just like reconfigurations of like my 10 favorite songs from 10 years of song making, I guess. So I'll send it to you if you want.
Oh, that's awesome. We definitely want to hear it. I mean, I have you on Spotify already.
Hey, okay, awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. You're welcome. And thank you so much for your time and good luck. And with Once Upon a River, that's going to be viewed by everybody October 2nd, this Friday.
Thanks for watching and thanks for the interview.
Thank you. You have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.